I asked his docs, are we talking weeks or months? And they both said, we're not talking months. What do you do with that?
Surgery is not that simple. Every time he goes in, something else can be damaged.
We need everybody working together to find a cure for these kids.
The reason we started Ian's Friends Foundation was we'd gone around after Ian's diagnosis to all these different hospitals, and every time we would say to these doctors, you know, where are we in research? And each time they were like, really nowhere. And you ask the question, you know, is it because it's a lack of brain power, or is it a lack of funds? And each time the question was answered, it was always a lack of funds. And so rather than sit back and do nothing, we wanted to try and create something to solve this problem, not just for Ian, but for all the children that were affected with the disease. And so we got together and we started the foundation. And with that, this year alone, give $100,000 away to a local hospital here in the city, just trying to fund the research. And the whole purpose is to try and not just raise dollars, but also raise awareness, because there's just a misconception that there's so much going on, and there's hardly any research going on. My goal is to have a cure.
We didn't know what Ian's future was, and so we were desperate. So he was asking friends and asking family members and just people in the community just to help us fund these labs. I mean, our family and our friends, they're the ones that started Evening of Inspiration.
It went from people just saying, hey, let's help and get together, to an event that is now helping, God willing, change the lives and destinies of children everywhere.
The biggest surprises I think that both of us have come across through the 10 years is the amazing strength of these children. It's one big family every year, and it's humbling because there are these families in the room who have lost the battle already. They are there to give hope to other families who are still fighting this horrible fight.
We were given the opportunity to enroll Caitlin in a groundbreaking phase 1 clinical trial in New York, a trial that was made possible by funding from IFF. She did very well, and for brief moments I thought that maybe our child would be the miracle child to survive this horrible tumor. Ultimately, the assurances we were given came true, and Caitlin died less than 10 months after being diagnosed. She was 5 years old. My hope is that this was Caitlin's life's work to help contribute to finding a cure, and I will be forever grateful to IFF for funding research that was so unknown so early on.
Is there a way we can move a tumor and guide its growth to a safer region where Barun could just take it out, or maybe we could design some kind of a sink where, like Pied Piper, we would bring the tumor out and kill it in a location that is safe. Then I'm happy to say we're very close. We have a pending application with the FDA asking for designation if this is a device or a biologic.
And hopefully that will be accomplished, you know, getting through the FDA and allowing us to start a human trial by the end of next calendar year.
Because of IFF funding, we got enough results and published a very high-profile paper that then resulted in the Marcus Foundation stepping in to help us. Marcus Foundation would not have stepped in had we not had the data we had because of IFF support. And this is an example of where we take this precious IFF dollars, de-risk it to get someone else interested, in this case the Marcus Foundation.
Their generosity gave us the ability to take a project that should have taken 10 or more years and condensed it to a 4-year period, which potentially could even be quicker. And if that could be done with more trials and additional research projects, you would be closer, God willing, to finding a cure.
Not just my own research, but all of my colleagues' research has been enabled by the IFF biorepository. And now working with Georgia Tech, We can test hundreds of drugs simultaneously in multiple replications to get an idea of which drugs are working best and which drugs in combination. We can establish efficacy of these drugs within a matter of days. So this is a fantastic advance for us. Without Phil's drive and energy and commitment, this never would have happened.
When Phil spoke to me about the What If Symposium, I was very nervous that the researchers, clinicians, scientists weren't accustomed to a Shark Tank style presentation. They were very enthusiastic and fulfilled.
The What If Symposium truly helps fast-track pediatric brain tumor research, not just by creating new collaborations, but the format allowed for almost a peer-reviewed, which basically has many people working together, plugging holes, and moving research forward much quicker than it ever would have before. We have tried to break down those barriers so you can make the what if a possibility of when.
In my lifetime, we're going to see this cured. And it's really all through support of generous people who want, kids not to have brain tumors anymore.
I mean, I think we were chosen, our family, to nurture Ian, and he was put on this earth to help all these other children who aren't as fortunate as he is.
We've grown, but we haven't changed. We have one vision, one goal, one direction, and we're gonna do what we need to do to get us there, and we're gonna do it the same way we've done it over and over again. Everyone's within the same community, and we all have one goal: to stop pediatric brain tumors. On behalf of the children fighting the greatest battle of their lives, and their parents that are going through this with them, and all their siblings, please help us help these children. Help us raise money, help us raise awareness, so we can fund more and more research, so the children of today can become the community of tomorrow.